And we are live. I didn't think the actual thing come up then. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we are all fine and dandy. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy
and we
New
are
Year.
back. Mr. B, how are you?
I'm Spam Dabby Dorsey, my friend. How are you?
I'm absolutely brilliant, brother. How did your New Year go?
Shit. No. To be fair,
We're not
Mrs.
9
B,
seconds in yet, brother.
who gives a fuck?
Oh,
Anyway.
it's not your channel, is it? We're all right. We're 9 seconds
Exactly,
in.
man.
We can say shit, balls and
But
bugger.
no, Mrs. B was working Christmas and New Year. But to be fair, I had a pretty chillax one, a pretty relaxed. Cooled out, watched some movies, played Witcher 3 all the way through, which was brilliant. Got my new Spam Dabby Dozy PC with all the works, trimmings, and thank you, Mrs. B. You're amazing.
Oh, you're so excited.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you, the graphics card alone could power NASA.
Oh, that's brilliant. It makes a big difference as well, doesn't it? It makes a big difference.
Oh, doesn't it just? Freaking hell on
She
fire.
did actually message me, and we were talking about it, and obviously I didn't say anything to you.
Thanks for not telling me.
Yeah, she's. I love your missus. She's absolutely lovely. Big shout out to everybody in chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, the sad news with Christmas was that Harley was leaving us. We miss him. The funny thing about that, literally about a day later, he left the group as well, didn't he?
He literally just like, right, guys, thanks, bye.
We love you, and then went. And obviously set up his new group for his channel with 10k on it.
Yeah, he would have literally beaten a greyhound to the rabbit on that one. He literally, there were dust marks everywhere.
I absolutely love him to bits, and I wish him all the best in the future. And I have spoken to him, and we will get him on as a guest.
Really? Come and leave it 6 months. Let the withdrawals go.
Saying that, though, Flatcap said he'd come on as a guest. I think he's only been on once since. We'll have to get him back on and all. Should we do the reveal now?
Well, it'd be a bit rude not to, otherwise he's going to be silent.
We're just going to have that think there. So, will the brand new cast of 3 Men and a Vape Show please reveal himself? Yay! It is my big brother, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. Fantastic.
Welcome, Soli Omi.
Thank you very much.
For joining us.
Feels nice to be the newbie.
Yeah,
the newbie.
I bet a lot of people didn't think that,
Didn't see it coming. Not in the mouth. To be fair, even I didn't see it coming. Then when you met, because we were thinking about, 3 Men's Got Talent. But then all of a sudden, you sent a message saying, what about this? And I'm sorted.
I was watching show and I knew things were going off prior. And I thought, well, I'm not doing anything on a Wednesday. And then I saw bloke who runs cast. I thought, oh, give me a nudge,
So he did send me a message. He sent me a message saying I don't do anything on a Wednesday. And I was like, yeah, I know what this is. And then he come to house for Christmas and he sat there and he went, I don't do anything on a Wednesday. I don't do out on a Wednesday. And then he left and I went to Louise. I went, do you know what? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. We've cast together for years. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Mark. So, yes, it's a great... And welcome, brother.
Let me just translate that for everyone. Mark came over to Aiden's house, got him plastered on vodka and went, I'll come join you. After all the vodka set in, he went, yeah, fucking good idea. I must have paid, what do you think? And that was it. Sorted.
Also, just want to shout a big shout out to the wonderful Stu Valentine. Your parcel turned up this morning. We are going to do a little bit of an opening with all the kids, and that will send you the video for that. So big shout out to you. Also, the other thing as well, we will be doing our Rochford giveaway. I've got Rochford here somewhere. I've been vaping it. There we go. The Rochford project. We will be, just to let Jane know as well, I haven't sent your details over to Jay yet, so when we do tonight's giveaway, I will put your details in and the winner of tonight's. And don't forget to go and use the code 3menvape, gets you 15% off.
You know what, I've been calling that new one Cardassian cream for ages. It's not Cardassian, is it?
No.
Cassandora. I'm sticking to fucking Cardassian.
I would call it... I called it Casadians.
Yeah, well...
It's beautiful, I like it.
Over at freaking Rochford.
I really like it, me.
I've got to admit, though, I love his designs, and I always have loved his designs, but sometimes his actual writing for the actual description of
really hard to read.
It's hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's very classy. His type of marketing. I do like it. It stands out, doesn't it? If you've got that on a shelf, you've got a lot of them. You don't even know what the flavours are, do you? Do
you know that's one of my biggest bugbear with all vape liquids, the ones that don't tell you what the flavour is. You've got to guess. There's a shop round here that sells their own brand of e-liquids, and they've got a range, and one of them's called Sim Salabim. Well, what the fuck's that? Well, it's Sim Salabim. Yeah, but what's the flavour profile? Well, it's tobacco and apple. I'm like, well, then I don't want it.
Yeah, the one that
You know,
the one that used to panic me with mother's milk.
Yeah. But then they went to the over the top the other way, didn't they? It was sort of like made from rainbows and rolled by virgins' thighs and things like that. And you're thinking,
Oh,
"Blah."
how the fuck do you roll a liquid by virgin's thighs?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, it comes out of rainbows, out of dolphins' noses and things like that.
Yeah, they did. They went a little bit over the top with it. One of the best branding that I think I've saw, and we reviewed it, didn't we, Mark? Was Tom's H juice or something.
H.
Oh,
Tom Maggs.
That one's over me.
Yeah, and what it was, we actually had him on the show, and it was just a white bottle with a circle with a H on it. And I think he had lime and that were green, and then he had orange, which were obviously orange.
Sometimes, as a designer, just sometimes, designers put too much thought into what it is. Simplicity is everything.
I remember when we went to Expo, what was this, 2016, 2017, somewhere around there? And there was this guy, and his juice line was a story about a zombie apocalypse.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, that was really going for it. And talking about juices, Aidan, your juice review, your first one, is it 6 years old today?
Yes, it's probably about 7 years old today. Is it 6 or 7?
6 or 7, something like that. Yeah, you're...
Yeah, 7 years casting, 6 years reviewing.
Mm.
Yeah, we're out today. It's either today or tomorrow.
Today.
Is it today?
It came up on my timeline.
Moku Yatsu Bolt, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
That is one hell of a review if you have not seen it.
It's an awesome review, that.
Mate, I tell you what, if I
like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. I'm sat in I was sat in this room, but I'm on the settee with me crappy laptop camera. That way. We'll have to do that. We'll do that next week. We'll grab everybody's first review.
You can't grab mine. Mine's gone.
Oh, yeah, you've deleted it.
Oh, fucking hell, mine's still there.
But I remember a show, we did it on...
I can bring you back. I've got it all. I've not
Last of the Summer
lost
Vapes,
any of
we
my
did it
reviews. They're all on hard drive.
Last of the Summer Vapes we did it on. And then when we come back to it, I got dressed up as you.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah. That was some years ago. But yeah, it'd be 6 years ago, my first review. 7 years casting. Jesus.
Hell of a time, isn't it?
Yeah,
what do you think has been the biggest change in all that time?
It was the innovation sort of side of it. You couldn't wait until something new come out. But yeah, it's not like that anymore.
Oh, it really isn't. It really isn't.
I always felt as well at that time, because obviously we had the network as well, the UK Vape Network. Everything felt nicer.
Bit more cuddlier.
Yeah,
the chubby cuddles were handed out more freely. I get that.
You still had a little bit of drama, but not as much as what can be out. You know what I mean? It
was a
nicer.
brilliant experience, and it was a good learning curve.
Yeah,
that's the best way of putting some of vapes.
I can see that. I can see why you'd say that.
Yeah, it was. It was nice, and you had a hell of a lot of people who you had a big, massive support network, didn't you? Everybody stuck together. It was lovely. Where it's not quite like that. I couldn't wait to get juicers either. You know, what I'd nick in it. And what Mark used to do is he used to do juice reviews, and then I'd get them second, or he'd have like juices that he did years ago, and he'd give them me, and I'd just bring them back and do that review, wouldn't I?
Yeah, we used to share and everything. But the thing is, though, then it was so like everything was new. It was so like new products was continuous. It was getting better and better every time.
You could actually experiment. Yeah. I mean, I think I've still got it somewhere. It was a Tofo RDA. You could put 5 coils in the bastard. It was a crazy looking RDA, and it was all glass, the whole thing. It looked beautiful. But they just experimented. Nowadays, there's no experimentation.
No, very little.
None. I mean, what about that? Do you remember the Wutofo Ice Cube? The square RDA? That was actually modeled after an ice cube.
There was a few, wasn't there, that was square?
Was it the Hellboy? Was that square?
Yeah, Hellboy was a square one.
And then they just don't do shit like that anymore, and I wish they would. I mean, the only innovation, well, not innovation, but the only new thing in the last month that has caught my eye is the new Steam Crave AIO, but then I saw the price of it.
I'm not a big...
Fuck off. It's just no way would I pay that.
It'll come down. You know it will. I'm a big fan of Steam Crave. Really, I'm a big fan of Steam Crave. I like their stuff.
Do you know what? And this is a sad thing to say, I've never had one. Oh, no, I tell a lie. I did have one. It was a cheapo 16 quid starter RTA that was absolute shite. But other than that, never had the mainstream one because I just refused to pay their prices.
It is quality.
Mm.
It's what's valued to some people. I mean, value is one
tank.
of those things, isn't it? Fish. Oh, my missus just got a fucking fish tank. Jesus Christ, she got one of them biomes. Yeah. You know, the all-in-one fish tank things.
Just going back onto the Steam Crave, I've reviewed all their stuff from like 2017, and I've not had a bad thing from them. I can't think apart from you, which Mark absolutely loves. I don't like that Swanker tank.
No, I saw it. That's when Harley put it up on the screen. I was like, "Whoa, that looks nice." But then again, the price. I don't think Mr. B saw the swear review. Yes, I did saw the swear review.
Do you know why I like it so much? It's perfect for my work.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I work in a busy office, I haven't got time to sit down and strip a tank down to re-wick it.
I can see that.
So all I have to do is take this top off, wash it out, wick it, done. I'm not having to worry about the juice side of it. Plus, you've got 12 ml of juice in there as well.
Yeah. That's a big bonus.
I've been
trying a lot of stock coil stuff lately.
I wasn't that keen on the pumping bit of it. The button.
It doesn't look the prettiest. I've got to admit, it doesn't look the prettiest.
It looks like a punk rock dildo.
I would say more of a sonic screwdriver.
Well, either way, you're going to get... No, don't say that, Aiden. Yeah, no, I wasn't a big fan of it if I were for talks. But the rest of it, the glazes and the aromatizers, I've thought have been really, really good. I've liked... Another one you didn't like was the 21700 they come out with the Hadron 21700. The small one.
I like that one. The only one that I've not liked of recent was it the robot, iRobot?
Oh, the little pen?
Yeah, the little pen thing.
Oh, tube, I like that.
I really didn't like. And the reason why I didn't like the look of it, and also I didn't like how the airflow, you controlled it from them two little nibs at the top.
Yeah. The tank bit of it I wasn't too keen, but the actual robot itself I quite liked. I thought you didn't like that 21700 because you can only fit a 22 on it.
Yeah, I've got one that the 21700 that you can the side by side.
No, not the side by side. I think it was a Hadron. It was a 21700. And it was only small.
That's a weird combination. Why would you have a 22 on a 21700? Mind you, the battery would last for days.
Oh,
you won't put a massive coil on that bastard, would you?
What's the side by side one?
That's the. I've got it in there. It's the. Well, I've got the Moxus side by side. Oh, what's it called? I can't remember.
Unvavel.
Mine's. I've got the other one over there, and then I've got the other one in there.
What's it called? That one.
Yeah, well, that one's a single 217. No, single 18650. But they've just brought one out with 21700.
Yeah, Hadron Light. Disappointing. It's the size.
Yeah, but it wasn't that one that I'm on about that you said. It was another one. It was the 21700.
There's the one the straight square one with the DNA in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like that, not because of the actual
So I'll tell you
model.
what, I get off my pissing chair and you fucking remember.
I don't know that.
That's great, that. I'm sat there going to him, it's that one. Oh, you mean, I get up and then he fucking goes, I know which one you mean.
It's like listening to two.
Come on, Aiden, you're going to be Mr.
Couches.
Motivator soon. I'll have you up
definitely.
and down and get you moving, lad.
Oh, are you going into a gym routine?
No, I'm not. No.
Me, no. What's going on?
No, I've got a week. I've got a month off work. So the plan is I'm going to be having a day off tomorrow.
Feet up and do fuck all.
Yeah, tomorrow. Then I'm going to get everything all set back up and the reviews will be coming out. So that's going to be fun. Connor Ethlington, Ethlingham, sorry. Hi everyone, random question. What do you prefer, RDA or RTA for your daily? Can already say Mr. B is an RDA guy all over.
I don't quite agree with that. Yes, I love my RDAs. However, I do also love my RTAs. My favourite RTA of all time was the...
it's memorable.
Yeah, no, you know me in names. I'm fucking shit with names. I wake up in the morning and go, hey, what's mine? It started with a V. I can't remember who made it. It was an Asmodus one. Started with a V. Valuna V2. That's the one. And that was my favourite RTA of all time. I thought it was a bargain for what it was. I think I only paid 20 quid for it. It was an amazing RTA. But I think it's horses for courses for me. I don't really have a preference between RDA and RTA. It's just the quality of the vape at the time.
What's your favourite, bro?
You know me, I'm an RDA. Always have been. I'm an RDA and Mech man.
Yeah, to me, I'm more of an RTA. The trouble, what I don't like about with RDAs are fine if you're at home. I just don't think they're the greatest thing of taking out with you. Bottle of juice all the time, having to drip it in there, and if you get
it is a bit of a faff.
Yeah,
it is a bit of a faff.
And if it tips over in your pocket, you're going to get juice everywhere as well, aren't you?
Well,
I've never had that problem. Never in all the years that I've been vaping.
Which normally in your hand.
I've never had that problem.
At the end of the day, you adapt to your circumstances, don't you? You're not just going to walk out and get juice all over. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. You work it out, and anyone with half a bottle of intelligence will be able to work out on how not to get juice all over them.
Yeah, but you put it in your pocket, and then there's the fluff bit of it as well.
You're aware that bottles do have caps.
Yeah, but the RDA hasn't.
You mean out the RDA itself?
Yeah, but the RDA hasn't.
Yeah, that's just down to good wicking. If you do a decent wicking there and don't drip like you're going to put half a bottle in your RDA, you're not going to have a problem.
Yeah. It's
also, I'll give you another thing about RDAs as well. You can do what I call recycling your cotton.
Yep, I do that quite often.
Now, because cotton is the design of it is, if it's sat in a tank, it will deteriorate, irrespective if you are vaping on it or not. On an RDA, you can take it down to it's not quite get a dry air, and then it's dry.
Yeah.
And you put that in your pocket, and then it don't leak anywhere.
Yeah.
Also, the longevity of your cotton actually lasts longer than it will ever do in a tank.
Yeah, well, obviously, when you're using an RTA, you're going to be wicking it. You say you're going to work, you're going to make sure it's wicked and you've done it right. Plus, again, you're not having to keep filling it up. But you know what I mean? You're having to keep dripping. You fill the tank up.
I mean, I remember getting a tip from Grim Green years ago when it was going on about recycling your cotton. And if rather than changing your cotton, you can actually recycle it down to the point where you get it to a dry point, drop your wattage right down, and then just dry the cotton out a little bit more. Not so you burn the cotton, just dry it out. Then all of a sudden, it's like fresh cotton again. It's really cool how you can do it with RDAs. But it's not, like I said, it's not rocket science.
Jay, are you okay, bro?
There's ways to stop, like, for a good idea, don't put it upside down in your pocket. But you can say that with RTAs.
And to be honest with you, I don't know what it is. There's nothing more satisfying than setting your coils up, setting your wick up, and just dribbling a bit and, have a vape.
Especially some Chico's coils. If you set up some Chico's coils, daddy, you're in for an experience. That's for damn certain.
So it's I mean, don't get me wrong, RTAs are brilliant. I mean, my favourite RTA is the Zeus X.
Yeah.
Love that RTA. Really good.
Little Chico.
The downside I have with the tanks, more than anything else, is so like, I'm one of these people that it'll be vaping brilliant when I'm in house. As soon as I walk out that door, I'm getting dry hits or something.
I have that problem with
having to sort it all out.
I have that problem with mesh tanks. I can set up it when I first get a mesh tank, which I've done some for reviews. Set it up first time, beautiful. beautiful vape all day long. And then
sounded like Bernard Matthews.
Beautiful. I said beautiful. But then a couple of days later, I all of a sudden get a dry hit. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, what's going on? So you try and fuck around with it a bit more. No matter what I do from that point, I cannot get that fucking thing to work again.
That's wicking. When it starts
mesh,
off, obviously.
Mesh and me just doesn't seem to mix.
Yeah, again, another one that's really good for again, it's Steam Crave. They nailed the mesh. With the aromatizer.
I tell you, nailed mesh in a way. Remember the Dead Rabbit arse tank? The one where you built like a stock car that you built.
You made your stock
car. Yeah.
That was perfect. Once I got past the first couple of days where it was fucking with me and literally trying to stomp all over me, and make me feel like I was.
What about the Wotofo one?
Yeah.
You had it.
Yeah.
Well, you
had it. I'm sure you had it.
Yeah, I reviewed it. No, I don't think it wasn't. It was Hell Vape who did it.
No, Dead Rabbit is a Dead Rabbit arse tank.
But what Wotofo come out with? They come out with so you could do it for a number of them. So it was like the P&P, or you could do it for that, and they did it for that one, and it were absolutely better than theirs. But what you didn't work out, wasn't it? You didn't know there was that little notch on the.
That's right. There was on the tool itself, and it wasn't. And I looked all over the instruction manuals. It wasn't in the instruction manuals. There's like a little on the tool where you put the mesh and the coil in and all that sort of. You wrap it around and put it in with. There's a little notch, just a little tiny notch on the tool that fits it in just perfectly.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise that. And obviously there was no instructions with it. I just thought, you wrap it round, stick it in, jobs are good. No. I think I went through about 5 coils to begin with.
Yeah, because if you didn't quite get it right, the legs wouldn't sit in, would they? They wouldn't sit in.
But there was a weird scenario where it went through that tank, and it was like a week or so into it, and it happened to me live on stream. It was working perfectly, then all of a sudden I'd hit it, and it was like I'd vaped a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And I think I nearly died live on stream doing it. I went bright red and everything. It just did it for no reason whatsoever. And then straight afterwards, working perfectly. Couldn't get my head around that.
I would recommend Sorry.
I was going to say, the problem with mesh, I find, it's a lukewarm at best vape, or you get a dry hit from hell, like Satan has actually kissed you himself.
Yeah, that first dry hit you get from mesh is like a clam slam from Satan. It literally is the worst thing you will ever experience in vaping. Full stop. And it might put you off mesh for life.
But with the aromatizer, the V3 or V2, I think it was a V2 or V3, Steam Crave aromatizer, you could go. I think I went up before I got a dry hit 130 watts. It might have been a bit more. I think.
Like I said, it was the same with the not Brunhild, the one before, the Siegfried. The Siegfried that I had, I built that up with mesh, did it exactly how it said, and it was wonderful. Right up until the point where I had to change the cotton out. Change the cotton out, couldn't get it right again. No matter what I did, couldn't get it right again.
Yeah, it is a wicking art, isn't it, Mark? It's a wicking art of doing
really
mesh.
Is, yeah. I mean, I always say, especially if I'm giving advice to people, less is more.
Yeah.
Well, they don't say that. I remember with the Siegfried tank that the whole point of that the cotton things that they give you with it is to smash it in and get it as compact and tight as possible with the mesh, so you didn't get that dry hit.
Yeah, you've got to do that.
You've got to make sure that where your mesh is, for obviously that's your shape of your mesh, you've got to make sure that the cotton is compact all the way around it.
Yeah.
But the problem people get dry hits is that the side...
Yeah, they're trying to wick it like an RDA and you don't.
Yeah, and you can't. You've really got to trim them down.
So you basically, you're at an angle like that, and you're near enough tight up to it, so it's compact, and then you've only got that little bit down at the bottom, and if again... jamming it in, you're just not going to be able. It won't suck enough juice up in it. You won't get that capillary work.
There was literally days where I'd spent hours trying to work out what I'd done wrong. Hours, because I get it right first time, perfect, not a problem. But then the second time I go to wick it, it'd go wrong. I could never. You see,
most of the time, I've always found with mesh, once it's ready for changing, you might as well change the whole lot.
Yeah.
Don't mess about trying to re-wick it, because as delicate as you're going to be, you're going to end up slightly disforming
Never delicate.
the mesh.
Yeah, you will, yeah.
You might as well take the whole lot out and put a new mesh strip in.
That's what I normally do. I wouldn't normally, like try and re-wick it because you end up bending it, don't you?
And it only needs a tiny little bit, and we were talking less than a mil of
half a square. Yeah.
And then obviously then you start getting your hot
spots, yeah. And as well as, if you slightly pull it out the clamps and it's not quite level, the heat won't distribute properly either.
Yeah, these are all things that I know. These are all things that I was testing to see what the fuck was going wrong. It's just for some reason, the gods of vaping will not allow me to enjoy a mesh device.
And I must...
First time I had a mesh was the Vandy Vape one. RDA.
Ooh, which one?
I think it was just called the M, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it had no juice deck whatsoever, zero juice deck, and that was I just hated that.
Yeah, they came out with another one as well, didn't they? They'd come out with where you could have they come out with a device as well, which were called, I think it was called M. I think you were right, the M or something. I think or the P. It was some letter anyway.
It was one of the 24 letters that we know about.
Yeah, the in the 26 letters.
Fucking hell, everybody! Holly's Ghostie's back.
What else am I going to say to you? The other one was the Solomon. I reviewed the Solomon, and that wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the greatest. But I have I've got arthritis in my hands. And sometimes, like when I'm messing around the little tiny coils, I end up crushing them. You just go like that. So when you've got mesh and you've bent it around that little thing and you're just trying to hold it to put it in, and then all of a sudden I'll get some sort of twitch and my fingers will go like that and I go, bastard thing.
Achoo!
Oh, damn. He's gone in.
Thing is, though, we used to normal coils and dry, firing them up, getting rid of your hot spots and all that, make sure there's all that good. And I was doing exactly the same with mesh. So my mesh was glowing bright red. I'm thinking, yeah, that's right, that's it, that's perfect. Melt,
yeah. You only got you're basically pulsing it at say 10 watts. You don't need it any more than
that. It was the Doomex. That was the last thing that I ever had as a mesh. The Doomex for me with the one. The arse tank came very close to finishing me off with mesh. Very close, because that 1 week it just fucked with me. And it literally had a personality of its own and it hated me. It literally embodied, what's his name? But it embodied a twat just to try and fuck with me. But the Doomex was the one that finished me off. That thing, I took a hit from that and I literally was on the floor gasping for air. It was the worst experience I've ever had.
It was a nice looking tank, that.
It was a beautiful tank, and I really was looking forward to getting it. Then I got it, and I wicked it up, and I hit on it. And bear in mind, it was perfect when I wicked it. There was no hot spots or anywhere. But in between me checking it and putting that lid on and filling it up and taking a hit, Jesus Christ.
It's weird, isn't it? The tanks that we've had and they've been absolutely terrible, but they look really nice.
Yeah. I mean,
that Doom that did look it looked a lovely tank. That
it did. I mean, I love their stuff. Do you remember the one with the lollipop coil that they did?
No.
Oh yeah, I've still got it somewhere. I'll try and find it for next week. But it had it come with its own little coiler, and what it is, it was 28 gauge Canthal wire that you use with it, or steel wire, whatever your preference is. But it went into like a lollipop, and it had 2 lollipops out of the side, and you wrap the cotton round it.
All right.
And it was such a cool device. It had such a unique stove coils. That's what I'm thinking of. And it had such a unique way of, because obviously the air came in and hit the coil perfectly, because it was a stove coil. And it just worked brilliantly.
What was that one that years ago Grim Green were like, this is going to change the face of vaping? What was that called? That were different, and you had to pull your cotton through and then pull it back again. It was called something. Oh, what were it called? That coil?
I can't remember that one.
Blooming heck! So Shrek. Notch coils.
Notch coils, yeah. Well, they were massively big with Joytech.
Yeah.
When I first started reviewing for them, they were all to do with notch coils, wasn't it?
Can you remember was it the Futoon?
Futoon.
Yeah. And you hung them upside down.
Yeah. That one's on the Aquamaster.
See, this is where we go back to innovation. There's nothing like that going on. There's no the vaping industry's going, right, we know what coils work. We know what mesh works. We know how stock coils work. Let's just leave it at that. No bamboo bullshit. Let's just go for it. It's keeping it normal.
Bamboo.
Well, they went through everything. Bamboo, tea tree,
bamboo coils. I remember getting them thinking,
reeds.
What the fuck is this?
Seaweed. There's all sorts of stuff with it. And I'm like, I can't taste any difference.
From out of Mongolia.
Yeah.
See, that's another one. Vertical coils in our RBA and RDA.
Yeah, I used
vertical
to
coils.
like
That was a brilliant idea.
Quite a few people are mentioning the Nest. We did review. I think did you review the Nest, Mark? I reviewed the Nest.
No, I never got it.
It was a little bit.
I watched your review and I thought, nah, you're right.
Yeah, it was very fiddly. Again, it's innovation, but it was to me it was just a little bit fiddly. I didn't mind the vape from it, and obviously you had to pack all that cotton around it as well. But again, innovation is something a little bit different.
It was a good idea. Because basically what he was, again, he was making an actual, almost like a sub-ohm coil, wasn't it, basically?
Yeah.
The idea behind it was brilliant. I think it's a case of the old design versus real life.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. And I think because there was so much involvement to it, I think that spoiled it.
I think in the end, Nature Vapes went and did the pre-made ones, which I think will help a lot of people.
Well, it was like Grim Green. He brought out what's it called now? Is it Vector or something like that? Where instead of you actually building coils, the coils was already there, already wicked, and you just screwed it in.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit like a stock coil, though?
Kind of, yes.
It's the same principle.
It's exactly the same principle, yeah. But it was just a different way.
Didn't Aspire make a tank with a Catherine wheel look stock coil?
That.
Thank you, buddy.
I can't remember that.
Uggles.
I think, I really do think it was somebody else than Aspire. When you mean, I remember a coil that you got that looked like it was a stock coil that looked like a grate all the way around it. And I can't remember that one. The juice went on top of it, and the actual cotton were underneath it.
What happened to
Aspire Reeve?
Revo, they're saying in chat. Could be.
Oh, the Aspire Revo, yes.
I
remember that. It was
the maze. I remember that one.
Visual
Jesus
Food,
Christ.
the maze. That's the one I'm thinking of. The maze.
Oh, I wanted to throw that thing.
Yeah, but the Revo was the pancake, wasn't it? It was the pancake coil.
Yeah.
It was a round disc.
There was a ceramic coil. I'll tell you what we're going to do, people. We're obviously going to be carrying on with the segments that we did before, which was the tech, which we'll sort out next week. But we have done the hand checks. Mr. B, you've took over the hand checks.
Well, kind of. It's one of those things where I thought, well, somebody's got to do it. It might as well be me. I said I'd try.
He's going to try. He's going to do it a little bit different as well, than Ali.
But I'm going to try. That's the best we can do. We can try. So let's just do this. Let's have a look. Now, what I'm going to do here, folks, I'm going to do something special, something a little bit different. I'm going to go to that. I'm going to go to that. I'm going to press on that. So here you can see our 3 Men in a Vape group on Facebook. If you want to join it, there's the name for it. You can see in the top right-hand corner. Just get on there and get involved. But every week we ask for some hand checks, and there's been some decent ones. Obviously, funniest shot wins. I just want to go straight to this one, though, because it appears that Mark has a fetish of wanking into a sink.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, different. I suspect it's so. Otherwise, his missus would be a bit unhappy. But still, if you're going to wank anywhere, I suppose the sink's as good as anywhere. But he also
said, keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Aye. So check these mods out from Mark. Now, he's not telling me what they are, so we're going to have to do a bit of a guessing game. I want to know what that coffee one is at the back. I like things that are different, and that has taken my eye. Does anybody know what that is?
I don't.
I don't know if it's a custom Met mod that he's had made, but that is stunning. I love that.
Flat Cap says it's soap. Tell us anything.
So Flat Cap was there at the time, was he? No, there we go. So
I don't know what Mark, you should know what the mechs are, really, shouldn't you?
Mark will be able to tell us exactly what they are.
The one on the right-hand side, that's the Vapor's Cloud, where he's got something else on top to extend it.
Trust Mark to be extending things.
Oh, yeah. And the other one looks a bit like the Keen, but it's not. I think that's the 1111 with extended...
I know it's got a NASGuard on top.
Yeah. I think that's the 1111.
Mark will be in chat. What is it, Mark? Come on, let us know.
Come on,
Mark. You
Mark.
got to let us know. Come on. We've
got
a couple of others.
The coffin mod.
The coffee mod, that is beautiful. I want to know what that is.
On the left-hand side was the 1111.
I want to know what that coffee mod is, because that is just beautiful. I love shit like that. Then we've got Mark Saunders, who sent us a lovely Oxford. Oh, we love a good Oxford.
You can't beat a good Oxford.
You can't beat a good velocity. There you go. Thank you very much for that, Martin. You're a superstar. We've got good old Chico with some of his glorious mechs. Look at that for a mech.
Oh, that's nice.
Look at that. Now, I believe that's one of his own made.
Really? That is nice.
I can tell with the sidebar. That is absolutely stunning. That is the sort of thing you'd be happy to take anywhere. Simply because it just looks so different.
Yeah.
And I think they both his. Because I've seen, they're both his made.
They are nice, they are.
Yeah, he makes some stunning mods, doesn't he?
I love that sidebar. Bombs, but
I love that sidebar. That sidebar is gorgeous.
I'm into side-firers at the moment, so...
I think side-firers are brilliant ideas. Now, he's also sent us some Gaviscon. He's clearly having trouble.
That's what's all over Mark's hand.
So Chico's gone around to Mark's house and offered him the Gaviscon. But that's all we've got for today. But obviously, it's the first show back for the year. So if next week we'll put the post up again in the chat, you want to get involved, that is how you do it. So there you go, folks. There are your handshakes.
Did you know who that is? Have a guess who that is.
Yeah, we're back in now. We're back. Unless you want me to do the deals while I'm here.
Have a guess who that is, Mark.
Have a guess who what is.
Who just rung the house?
Who's rung her house?
Your wonderful wife.
Ah, she's a good one.
Just unplugged it, so if she wonders why she can't ring back. I don't know if anybody actually saw my post on my private Facebook. Just a little bit of sad news that happened. We were actually Christmas Day. Unfortunately, Rob Stanley passed away on Christmas morning. Big shout out to his wife. I spoke to him on the 8th of December when he was literally getting put into a coma. He sent me a message saying that hopefully he'll be getting in touch with me when he come out, but he didn't make it. So big shout out to Rob Stanley. He supported not only my channel, he supported Mark's and Mr. B's. He were around from when I first ever started. So big shout out to his wife, and you're going to be sorely missed, Rob. Big love.
I tell you,
we will be going back, like we said, doing the hand checks. Make sure you get yourself a part of the group. Also, we will be doing our normal bit where you leave us a comment and we'll write it down. We'll tell you. People on the replay. That's what we call it. People on the replay. So if you are watching this, we haven't done it for a while. So if you are watching it on the replay, ladies and gentlemen, get a little comment down there because you mean the world to us as well. Get a comment down there and we will give you a shout out next week.
Absolutely.
Shall we do the deals while we're here?
Oh. Might as well.
I'm using. I've gone to Streamlabs. I normally use Stream Elements, but I've gone to Streamlabs, so I haven't set everything up, and I want to do a couple of new bumpers.
Yeah, we can sort that. Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, drop your socks and grab your cocks because we're ready to rock and roll. Starting off, these are all eSig1 deals that I looked at and went, bloody hell on fire. Check out this. The THC Fog Rider RTA dropped down to £6.
That's a bargain, that.
£6. Do you want to fuck around with an RTA? Have you never used one before? You just want to see how they work? There you go, £6. Plus postage and packing, of course.
Well, is it? It looks like a small one. Is it like a 22 or 24?
It is a 22.
22.
Yeah, 22. It's a little RTA.
Yeah, if you look at the airflow on it as well, that'll be more like a mouth to lung or restricted direct to lung.
Yeah, I'm going to say a mouth to lung because you can tell the little hole.
Is that a single or dual coil?
Oh, fucking hell, now you're asking. It's £6, I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably going to be single coil. Rebuildable deck design, brass post here, there, doesn't say. Doesn't say, and I've never had one, so I can't tell you. If you've had one in the chat, get in there, tell us if it's single.
I would imagine it's, but with the size of it, I would imagine it's single.
I'd be surprised if it's
reminds me of Velocity grip tip.
Yeah?
I'd be surprised if that is a dual. In fact, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, a 22 mil. Be single. Yeah. I would imagine.
Well, for five. Hang on.
Hang on.
No, that is a single coil. That is only one picture, but it's a single coil, I'm guessing. 2 screws.
Oh, you don't know, do you?
Unless you're going to do one in either side.
Yeah. Well, that's how they used to do it.
But on a 22?
Yeah, on a 2-post, yeah.
Maybe. Oh, there you go.
Is there another one, another picture?
No, that's it. Oh. There's those 2 pictures. For £6, what do you expect? They're not going to get David Bailey out to photograph the fucker, are they? Right, moving on. We've got.
Well, it was $24.99.
The Oxford Vative Super Mod Kit for $39.99. It was
well worth
£70. $39.99. If you're looking for something to take to work, that is the Bobby Dazzler. But it's out of stock. That was in stock when I checked this. They've just sold out, little bastards. Moving on, you've got the Vapefly Creme Hill 2 Suborm Tank War version. This one is in stock for just £12.99.
That's not bad either.
That's banging,
that is a nice little take to work stock coiler, is that? That is a cracking deal. $12.99.
Didn't that only get released probably around about 6 months ago?
Wasn't long ago. Wasn't long at all.
No.
I like the gunmetal. The gunmetal for me, that's black. That's gunmetal. The gunmetal for me is where it's at. I think that looks absolutely stunning. The blue's a bit meh. The gold's a bit tacky, a bit Wayne Rooney. But yeah, you've got that. That for me, that's the one to go for. £12.99. And they are your deals of the week.
Boom! That's not bad at all, that Velocity kit. We've reviewed that, haven't we, Mark? It came with quite a lot of stuff, and it was one of them as well that when they started coming out with where you could turn a mod from a pod mod to a normal 510 connection, a lot of the connections fell off, didn't they? But they seem to have nailed it, didn't they?
Yeah. They really have nailed it, especially the re-edition of the Velocity.
Yeah,
the 1.5. I mean, that headpiece that clicks on is solid, absolutely solid. Really is good. That.
I'll tell you a little bit of a story of that. We all remember this, Mark. 'Cause you were with me. We were walking round when he first left. He was a part of Geek Vape. Jason Lee, isn't it? And he first expo that he'd been at, he was just launching the first. Was it the Velocity? The first one? What was the first one? What the Velocity? Were it the Solo? Something Solo? No.
No.
What were the first one, Mark? I've got it down
there. I can't think, to be honest with you.
It's down there, the original one. Anyway, me and Mark were wandering around, and this bloke says, obviously I'm Little Bro Vape, so give him my card. He says, yeah, we're looking for reviewers. He said, would you do me a review now? I went, well, I can't really do it. I don't know anything about it. And I think I went, yeah, this looks really nice. I've only just tried it. It's got a nice little vape to it. What's the internal battery of it? He went, it isn't. It's an 18650. I went, and it's an 18650. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, left it. They got in touch with me. They were sending it out for me to review. They ended up putting that review on Instagram. So that about 4 or 5 years ago, that's on Instagram of me doing that.
He was one of the original influencers on Instagram.
On Instagram for Oxford.
Christ. Took his top off, got his boobs out.
I did, yeah. But that was just afterwards.
That's OnlyFans.
It was ever so weird. Camera had stopped. Says, can you just take your top off and wriggle them in my face for a bit? I'm thinking, this is not to do with a review.
No, they were saving that up for OnlyFans. If you go on the apps for OnlyFans, you will find Little Bro Vapes there. Yours for $5.99.
Yeah, Oxford's OnlyFans. Well, now they've gone into the disposable market, haven't they?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Simon, who used to deal with all the other side of it, the actual sending out to reviews and blah, 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 he's gone on to that side of doing the disposables.
I was hoping that market would slow down. I'm not lying. I know they've got a place in the market, and I know what people think of them and all that sort of shit. I just hate them.
Yeah, we
just
the thing is, we talk about it every week nearly enough now, and it's the same every week. If they're going to be used, they need to be just sold by a vape shop and not corner shops, which are selling them to kids, and they are. I know the bargain booze down the road from me is definitely selling them to kids because you can see they're going down the little alleyway down the side. And
the thing is, though, if they did it that way, it would solve so many problems.
Yeah.
Also, it would I mean, let's face it, we're all struggling at the present moment. Shops are struggling. It would be helpful for vape shops as well.
Yeah, it's been something that we've always said as well, whatever shows we've been on, is that even if you are going online and getting stuff a little bit cheaper, if you have got a local store, go and support it, even if it's once a month that you go and buy a bottle of juice. I know Bunny and I know Mark will say exactly the same. If you can just go and buy a bottle of juice, it helps.
Absolutely.
Of course it does. Buy some coils. Buy a pack of coils.
I remember in lockdown, it was quite funny. The guy that owns a local shop around here, he was literally on Facebook taking orders and he would deliver them to your house.
That's what we were doing.
I thought that was such a brilliant idea. And all you had to do was ring him and say, yeah, I need 3 bottles of this. Yeah, be there in 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what we were doing when I went to the vape shop. We were doing that. We were doing click and collect as well. So basically, people would ring us up, would get their order ready, they'd pay over the phone, and then literally we had a little window about... shoved it through. It was brilliant. The thing is, though, it obviously, because of COVID, obviously the amount of customers really dropped. But we kept people going.
Well, you had to go to the customers, don't you?
Shop, we had a lot of people of a mature age used to come in, and there was these are the people that used to buy the packet of fags and a paper, and they used to do it every day, and they used to buy 1 coil, a 10ml bottle of juice, have a quick natter, and then it can go and get the paper, and then carried on as well.
Yeah, that's a good thing, that, isn't it? And I remember whatchamacallit doing it as well, Chris Bell. Unfortunately, he's still shut down. He's doing something different now, but he was doing that. And Bobo's has stopped as well.
Has Bobo stopped?
Yeah, it stopped about, I think it must be about 3-4 months ago. It was before Christmas.
I'll speak on behalf of
I'm shocked because he was doing the Warhammer as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'll speak on behalf of the chat. Who the fuck is Bobo's?
Bo.
He'd said it once, ain't gonna fucking help me.
He was a reviewer.
All right, okay.
And he did the Vape Punks range of e-liquids.
Liquids, yeah. He used to be on. He were on Benny Vape's mixing show, which you can catch after this show. We will be starting to tag him into stuff. But yeah, he used to be a really nice bloke as well. He were in Liverpool.
Really big lad.
Now I remember.
We had him on as a guest.
We did, yeah. It was the name. This is when you're going on about Bobo's. I'm like, ooh, Bobo the clown.
Yeah.
His wife looks like Angelina Jolie.
She did, yeah. They were really nice couple as well.
Lovely
really nice couple. I've missed that. I used to go searching for new reviewers who were coming out to get on the show, and I've not done that for a while. So we're going to be doing that again. I'm going to be going out looking for new reviewers and people who are starting up, and we're going to be getting them on the show. It's always nice to get a few guests on. I've missed that bit of it. So yeah, we're going to be doing that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, just to tell you, we are going to start your giveaway of the wonderful Rochford project. 2 bottles of your choice.
Ooh.
There we go, Rochford. So put it in now. It is open to the UK and Ireland only. And I will get that sorted. You can even try his new flavours.
What, Cardassian cream?
Mark H worked for Bo for a couple of times.
Didn't know he worked for Mark. Bobo Mark.
No, but he's a lovely bloke. Really nice. But it is sad, and like I said, there's a lot of shops now there going down that road where they're not going to be staying open.
Especially now that disposables are the most popular thing that they're selling.
I've got to admit,
Unfortunately, as good as disposables are, the actual amount of money that the shop makes on them is pittance. It really is pittance.
Yeah. Well, and as well with these like sort of booze shops and news agents, you don't even know if they're snide or not, do you?
No.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's always been the same with vape shops. Hardware, they don't make much. They don't make much. What they make the money on is their juices. That's where they make the money. So, when you're only selling disposables, your income seriously drops.
Yeah, it's sad. And obviously with the recession, the way everything's hit him, I don't know about you two, I'm using so much gas and electricity, it's horrendous.
Yeah. Fortunately, unfortunately, it depends on how you want to look at it. January so far has been the mildest January since 1990.
Right.
So people don't have to have the heating on as much as they would do if we was having a severe winter.
Don't be saying that shit. You'll have Just Stop Oil jumping in. I told you the planet's heating up. We're all fucked.
But I can't understand with them Just Oil people, why they're disrupting everybody else. We can't control it.
It tickled me. I watched one video and I literally cried laughing. There's a guy who's come out of his oil tanker and he stood at the side of the road having an interview, and you can see Just Stop Oil climbing all over there. He goes, I don't even understand why they're doing it. She goes, well, it's to stop oil production. He goes, yeah, no, but that's cooking oil. Cried laughing.
I do like watching these ones, that are on the TikTok or on Facebook, where you see him and you get one angry bloke who's trying to drive to work or something. He's just had an argument with his wife or something. Starts dragging him off. And they're all trying to hold on to each other, or they've glued their hands. And the other one, what I can't understand is, why is people throwing stuff over art?
It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I think, to be honest, a lot of them are just privileged arseholes who don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about.
And apparently, one of their biggest contributors, or one of them, it was an ex-oil billionaire.
Wonder why he's protesting. He's already made his money. He don't give a shit. Honestly, it's so ridiculous.
It makes you wonder when they're on about oil and that lot. Where do they think that the PlayStation was made? How it was made? It's made out of plastic. Where does plastic come from?
They go on about wanting everyone to have electric cars. It costs more in carbon emissions to make the battery for the electric car than it does for a normal car. Today's diesel cars are practically zero emission anyway.
But the thing is, though, the material that they're making the batteries out of, we're running out of.
And on top of that, we don't even have the infrastructure to charge the bastarding things.
No.
But do you know what I can't work out, though, is why they don't put like a dynamo or an alternator on the back wheel so it automatically charges itself up.
There's a couple that do. Tesla do that. But the thing is, the problem is that...
It's at night time when you got your lights on. If you slow down, your
beams go down.
The technology that was supposed to be the breakthrough was hydrogen technology. And Honda figured it out. But then the oil barons bought the patent for it. And they've kept it suppressed. Hydrogen technology actually exists.
And hydrogen works.
Yeah, of course it does. And your only exhaust, the only thing that comes out the back of your car is water.
Water, yeah. And we need that.
It's all down to... It's like when we were talking about vaping and things like that. It's all down to that. And that's where you can follow it.
Yeah. Disposals have the same problem. It's all down to money.
It's all down to money.
It's all down to money.
We've talked about it loads and loads of times. I don't know if you saw in the news about that. Obviously, we're trying to get it so people are smoke free by 2030, and they're saying now they're not going to hit that target, are they?
No. They were no way going to hit that target. There is no... The problem at the moment the UK is on a good wicket with vaping, and they're doing the right thing. However, America has such a big problem with the tobacco industry having its claws in everything that it affects over here too. Because we do a lot of business with America, especially now we're outside the EU. So you're not going to get rid of smoking. It's just not going to happen. Not while the tobacco barons have any say in anything.
There's a name from the past. I know he goes into your show. I don't normally come in here that much. He's the wonderful Deadly Sinner, my favourite king prawn.
Sinner! Yeah, dude.
Until I think that, like what Russia's were doing. I know we don't really talk about Russia much nowadays, but Russia was the banned anybody. I think it was born after 20 something, 23, 23.
New Zealand doing that?
They do that as well, New Zealand.
Apparently,
So anybody who's born after 2024, say, then they can't legally buy cigarettes at any age.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only way forward.
Yeah, it is. That's the only way that you're going to do it.
I don't think they have the balls to do it. I genuinely don't think they'd have the balls to do it because we do that much commerce with America. They don't have the balls to do it.
I know they've definitely done it in
look at
Russia.
it this way as well. If you want to smoke, smoke.
That's said on a vaping channel. Yes.
Everyone keeps on going on about my human rights, and I've got a right to do this, and I've got a right to be this, I've got a right to be dressed how I want to be dressed, I've got a right to be classed as a wheelie bin if I want to be a wheelie bin.
Yeah.
Why can't I smoke? As long as I smoke and I don't affect anybody else, I should be happy smoking myself silly.
But in the same point as that, you've got to then have private health insurance.
Yes, totally agree with you.
So you're not burdening the NHS with your decisions. So it's fine to have your own decisions, but you've also then got to have the recovery.
It's like we keep on saying about free speech. Yeah, I am well up for free speech, but always remember there are consequences.
That's it, consequences. Like a smack in the gob.
Yeah.
It's like you can't run around a shopping mall shouting bomb because there's consequences. There's no such thing as free speech. And in America, free speech, bollocks. Let's talk Facebook and Twitter, shall we?
Yeah, nice to see you, buddy.
YouTube. You can't do anything you want on YouTube. Can't say anything you want. There's no such thing as free speech.
Not in YouTube, because YouTube's a private company, basically. And it's their sandpit.
But it's still,
it's like me coming
to you. Based in America under free speech.
YouTube is exactly the same as me coming to your house, swearing my head off, and you don't like people swearing in your house.
Yeah, you can tell them to go.
I don't know if there's the argument, though.
You've still free speech.
I get where you're coming from. It's their house, their rules. And there is that side of the argument, but there is also the other side of the argument where if you're, how can I put this? If you're on a pub that's open to the general public and you're a patron of that pub and someone's swearing in that pub and you don't like it, you've got jack shit you can do about it.
No, but the person who pub it is can because you're in their house.
But then again, it's a public thing, isn't it? If you've got to make a decision in that pub, would me chucking that guy out cause more of an issue than keeping him in just for swearing?
But that's a different point. The point is it's his pub, and if he wants to, you don't have to say. It's like if you own a shop, you don't have to serve anybody, and you don't have to give a reason for it. You know, people you can't do that for me.
Yeah, you can refuse service.
You're talking about a pub. How many pubs can you go into now that you can vape?
Very little.
I don't go into pubs, so I won't know.
Right, it's not illegal to vape in a pub.
No.
There are no banning of vaping in any public place. You can't vape in most pubs. They won't let you.
Mm-hmm. But the problem with that
sorry to interrupt you again, Aidan. Talking about free speech, Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, God.
Right? Like him or hate him, doesn't matter about that. That's irrespective. He ended up slagging off one at Royals. What's her name?
Megan.
Hang on. Yeah. He did his own free speech, had the biggest amount of
backlash
complaints about it.
Yeah.
And it's all like, hang on a minute, she's got free speech. Why can't he have free speech?
It's ridiculous, honestly. Free speech is such a weird concept. That is, I think we've got an illusion of free speech. We've got free speech as long as it doesn't piss anybody off.
But everything pisses everybody off nowadays.
And that's the stupid part.
Ladies and gentlemen, last chance on your Rochford. Get it in now if you've not already got it in. But yeah, nowadays you can't. If you go back to obviously I'm still pretty young. I'm only 43. But if you go back to like when Mark were a kid and I was a kid and you were a kid, you could say certain things and you could act certain ways. Nowadays, if you did that now, you get shot for shit.
I watched a Top Gear episode from 15 years ago, and I watched it in disbelief, thinking that would never get aired.
Is that the one when he did Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe?
Oh, he's done all sorts. He's done absolutely all sorts. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe, taking piss out of gay people. Richard Hammond said that anyone who eats ice creams are gay.
Yeah.
There's all sorts.
There is certain stuff that I'm glad has changed. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
But in some respects, the lot of the things you said, they were taking the piss.
Yeah.
You knew they didn't mean it. They were just having a laugh and having a joke in the same way as a lot of comedians do.
Yeah.
Don't you find, though, now that people are looking for it?
Yeah. Yeah, they're looking to find something wrong with what you're actually saying.
Wednesday, you know the TV series Wednesday from Addams Family? Yeah, they're now calling him a racist. Because the villains are of colour.
You can't win. You can't win. Now, if you'd have made them white, they'd have said, well, we should have made them black. Why aren't they black? There's not enough... to the point of where until people stop talking about it, racism, you're always going to have a set of people in a bracket who are going to act like fucking morons and act racist. But until we all stop it, talking about it, it's always going to be present. And it needs to be that white people and black people are exactly the same. And it needs to be that each of them teach, look, we're all the same. They're just a different colour. That's all. There's nothing no different. I don't
think I will see in my lifetime the full eradication of racism. There are just far too many idiots who believe they can say what they want. I mean, take flat earthers. The biggest example of idiots. There's a guy, Primetime Brad or something, big YouTube channel, makes millions and millions and millions of dollars, actually paid for his team to go up into space, fly around in space and come back down on one of those blue oyster rockets or whatever they're called. And they did this video where it showed the Earth round. Every flat Earth YouTube society came out and went, no, it's bullshit, it's lies, it's all done by fisheye lenses. And you're like, they will think of anything to keep what they believe as right, and racists have the same view. They will think of anything they can to keep it relevant.
You can go really deeper, and you can really go into philosophy about it all. Right, the human being, us as a human race, we don't like things that are different.
No,
we don't.
If you've got a wonky nose, if you've got spots, if you've got... And it's down to more of an instinct thing in us of breeding. Without you realising it, and we all do it, male and females, we all do it. You look at a person, you might not think, oh, I'd like to him or her or whatever, but you are thinking of... Is he a good stock?
I like to sniff him.
The human being.
Like a woman would be looking at you and thinking, is he good stock? Will he give me a good offspring? And you do it without realising. It's a natural part, I think.
The thing is, I agree with that. The thing is, though, evolution has taught us that, yes, your first instinct might be to look for that, but then there's a little barrier that goes, no, you dickhead.
I totally
that's
agree.
That's where we've evolved. Whereas racist people and flat earthers in general don't have that evolved in them.
I think flat earthers are the same people that, so like with global warming, well, it's not called, it's climate change, isn't it now? It's more of a religion.
It is started on religion.
It is. Yeah, but the thing is, though, if you believe that much about flat Earth,
there's no way convincing you otherwise.
And it is a religion.
A guy paid over £1 million to send his team into space, not to debunk flat earthers. That had nothing to do with it. He just wanted to show the video of Earth as he's going up in the rocket. and it was a full thing. You couldn't. Nothing else was distorted in the pod, just apparently the Earth was. It's like selective fisheye lenses.
He's just actually passed away. The gentleman that took up in a rocket, no, in a balloon.
No, not him. Not
no,
him.
no. I'm just saying though. I'm trying to tell him. He's gone up in a big balloon and he jumped out of the module that he were in, and he parachuted down into the Earth through the atmosphere in a spacesuit, and he obviously could see it around.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well,
Right, people, we are way over time. I'm going to roll your giveaway. And the winner is John, the Vaping Joker. Well done, buddy.
Ooh, well done.
Little
fucking
bro vapes. And make sure you spell it right. littlebrovapes@gmail.com. Get in touch with me and I will sort that out for you. And Jane, I'll be sorting yours out as well when I speak to Jay tomorrow. Well, we're back. It's the new year. We are back, people, with a brand new caster, my big brother. And it's going to be fun. Join us next week, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. B, say your goodbyes.
I was tempted to put Faxi on timeout then, but we're leaving. Bastard. So, no, listen, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything you do for this channel. It's the first show back. Don't forget, Friday, 8 o'clock on my channel. I'm back for the first time.
Woo, with his fancy stream deck as well.
With me fancy little Elgato and everything. Well, whether that's working, I don't know. But still, I'll figure it out. But yeah, no, we're going to have a laugh on Friday night. But thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mark, for joining us.
Yeah,
The king of vapes is here. So yeah, so it's going to be a cracker. So we'll catch you next week.
Over to my big brother.
Guys, thank you. And for my first show, really enjoyed it. It's been fantastic. I'm well chuffed. Honestly, it's great to be back. It's kind of be back with my brother. I'm well chuffed. I'm going to do a little plug. If you still like to see a bit more of me, don't forget to catch me and the lads 7:30 tomorrow night.
Which is a fantastic show as well. Make sure you join them, because straight away after as well, ladies and gentlemen, is the UK Vape Show. Make sure you come and join us. It's going to be the first one of the new year, and it is going to be quite epic. I think there's new stuff happening. I don't know. There's whispers the new stuff are happening on the show. So join us tomorrow. Big love to everybody who's joined us in chat. Thank you so much to all of the spanners for keeping us lovely and safe. You are all a bunch of stars, and it's so nice to have my brother on the show, which is going to be a damn giggle. Mr. B, thank you so much, as always, brother, for the support that you give us, and some lovely bit of chat. We got a bit technical, no, not political, didn't we, at the end?
I like that shit.
I do as well. Big love to you all, and don't forget to join the Facebook group, and we will see you next week. Good nighter.
Good nighter.
Right, see if this works. There we go. New outro, you see.
Did you just notice then, by the way, that Mark went, I'm really glad to be back with you, brother. Fuck Mr. B. You know, something was missing. No, I could do it without him, you know, but I'm glad to be back with you, brother. Okay.
He loves you.
Being stomped on.
He loves you as well.
I love you too. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
No, that's it now. You cut your chips. You've hollered yourself.
It's all right. He gets really upset. Piss flaps, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Aww.